Alright, I'm gonna try streaming this commission again here. It's see if I can get this to load, and then I'll get it shared again. Let's start back where I left off. Let's see. Get there. Alright, got it shared to a couple spots. Bring back up the chat thing here, hopefully. There we go. Alright. So, if you weren't here earlier, I'm inking this Van Helsing commission. So I got part of the face done, a little bit of the hair. Gonna start back up on it here. If anybody's got questions or comments or what have you, feel free to throw them in the little chat comment section. So I'm using the Copic multi-liners, using a 0.1 here to work on the hair. So this is a commission left over from C2E2. I've got like one more to get inked, and then I'm gonna start coloring. So if you keep an eye on my page and whatnot, I will be working on colors on a live stream as well, if you're interested in following that process. I'm switching over to a 0.3 multi-liner here. Go through and beef up some of the lines. These pens don't do a whole lot for thick to thin, so you gotta kind of rework the line and finesse it a little bit to get some line variation. If you got any questions or whatnot, again, feel free to throw them in the comments. I'll take a look, try to give you a response one way or another here. Alright, got cat finish, well, at least the outside outline there. Switch back to a 0.1 here. Go through and do some of the smaller details. So anybody that's just joined in, I'm inking Van Helsing versus a werewolf. The gentleman that commissioned this is the little werewolf is his mascot for his store. So it's kind of a fun, cartoony werewolf character in a way. That was a fun idea for this. All right, so I'm gonna start working my way around here. Get the various spots inked. I'm gonna switch to using this zebra brush pen here. So I like the brush pen because it gives me a little thick to thin variation depending on the pressure I apply to it. So it's a little bit more interesting. Alright, looks like a few people have joined in, so anybody that's joined in, if you got questions or just want to throw some comments in there, chat about something, feel free to do it. So this is a commission I'm getting inked up, leftover from C2E2. Trying to get these wrapped up and get them off to Clan McDonald so they can get off to their rightful owners. I believe a couple of them are being graded, if I'm not mistaken. So if you're ever interested in getting a commission and getting it graded by CBCS, Steve McDonald's great for helping out with facilitating that. If you're not a member of his group, go check it out. It's just Clan McDonald Comics, and it's a Facebook group. It's a private group, so you can go join it. Go check out all the great stuff that he offers up. bouncing back and forth between a couple of different pens here just to vary up the line weights and whatnot. Give it a little bit of variety. Hopefully make it a little more interesting. Switching to a 0.1 here to get some of these finer lines. We've got a good chunk of her inked here. Keep moving along with it. Again, if anybody's got questions or whatnot, feel free to throw it in the chat. Try to walk you through any kind of techniques or anything of that nature. Or if you just want to throw something out there, feel free to do so. Looks like a few new folks joined in there, and if anybody that's new, inking this Van Helsing versus the Werewolf sketch cover commission here. Thank you, Heather. Appreciate it. Hope the doctor's office is hopefully work related. Hope everything's all right. I know it's a crazy time right now. You can't hear me, but hope everything's all right there. Again, if anybody's got questions, comments, whatnot, feel free to throw them in the chat. So I threw it out earlier when I started the sketch cover commission. Had to take a quick break from it, but if you didn't watch the previous video, we are going to do a live sale with comics and prints and art and whatnot. Tentatively, we're shooting for Thursday. We'll put some announcements out on all the social media stuff. But I know for sure we'll be doing it on Facebook. So if you don't follow my Facebook page, I'm gonna throw the link in here real quick. Give the page a like. If you would, give it a share. Tell your friends. We're gonna do the live sale. It's gonna be a little mix of everything. Hopefully that link works there. Throw it in the comments. Hopefully it shows up everywhere. But we'll put out information soon. If you don't already, you can also sign up for the newsletter that we send out. At least we try to do it monthly. It might not be every month, but we do try to send it out with some updates of what shows we'll be at, what we've got planned, stuff like the upcoming live sale that we're going to do, things of that nature. Try to work out some discounts or special deals for anybody that signed up for it. But you can find all that stuff on my Facebook page, or should be shared in the initial post for this. There should be a link to Linktree, and that should have a link to the sign up page for the newsletter. So feel free to sign up for that if you'd like some more updates on what we do. Ryan, thank you so much. Thanks for watching here, and yeah, I'm gonna try streaming the colors when I get to that point after I get it inked. I've got one more commission to ink, and then once I get the inks caught up on everything, I'm gonna go through and do colors. I've got I want to say like 6 or 7 commissions that I'm gonna get colored. Try to stream all that as I work on it. It's my own little way of trying to provide some extra entertainment and whatnot during the crazy times we're in. And I also, if you're not following me on other social media, I do try to post the pictures of the finished images. So looks like you're watching me on Periscope because I'm streaming to a couple different things here. You can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, any of that stuff. I post the finished images when they're all done. Again, anybody's got questions while I'm working on this, feel free to throw them in the comments. Just thought I'd have some fun working on these commissions and try to share it with everybody as I work on them. Sorry to just knock the camera there. Alright, so switching back to a 0.1 pen here. Do some of these little details on the scope of the crossbow. And some spots I'm adding some extra little details that I did not quite pencil in. Switch back over and use the brush pen a little bit here. just got just a little bit more on her to get ink, and I'll start on the werewolf there. Again, anybody's got questions, comments, whatever, feel free to throw them in the comments. Tim, it's a lot of practice, man. I don't even feel that like versed in it. Know other guys that do this all day, every day, and it's just amazing to see somebody do it and see the skill they put into it. I just do what I can to get by as far as inking goes. Yeah, inkers are definitely underrated. It's it's a different required skill set. I know a lot of guys have switched to inking their own stuff, and nothing wrong with that. Bump the camera again there. Sorry. I much prefer to see a book inked, whether it's the artist doing it themselves or there's a separate inker on the book. I think the line work comes across much better than going straight to pencils. Sometimes it works, sometimes not as much, but I know it's a preference thing. I know it's also a cost-effective measure of sometimes skipping that part of the process. Totally understand it. I like the classic look of stark contrast to the nice inked lines. Alright. Go through and do the lines on our coat here. All right, I've got her outlined. I'll go back in as once I get the line work done. I go back in and usually do the fills on the black. So I'll move over to inking the werewolf here. Anybody that might have just joined in, feel free to throw stuff in the comments. If you got questions on tools, technique, what have you, feel free. If you want to just throw in some stuff to chat about, go for it. So the werewolf is a gentleman that commissioned this. It's his business like mascot logo. So he's this little cartoon kind of werewolf character. A little cartoony guy, so took a slightly different approach to how I drew him. Heather, it's something I can consider. Honestly, I don't have a lot of originals at the moment. I unfortunately don't have a like stockpile of stuff because I had a very good C2E2, and I've got a gallery show coming up soon. So that's unfortunately not something I can do at the moment. But feel free to message me on like the prints and whatnot. We can get something sorted there. Because conventions are kind of up in the air at the moment. My stock on some stuff is kind of limited, so it may also require getting new stuff printed. But there are some possibilities on stuff. So yeah, drop me a line on things. We can figure that out. back in and add a little bit more variation to the hair here. Just go and thicken up some lines using a brush pen here. Alright, so just a little bit left to go on the werewolf, and then I'll fill the blanks, and then we'll call this one done. Alright, got that arm done. Move over here, do the other one. I just got a little bit of the leg to go. Anybody that's still hanging out watching, if again, if you got any questions or anything like that, feel free to throw them in there in the comments. I've got one more commission to ink from stuff from C2E2, and I will do that some point today. I'll stream that just like this one. Then I'm going to start coloring them. My intention is to stream those as well, stream coloring, so you guys can see a little bit of that process. And I've got a handful of other commissions to work on, so I'm going to keep trying to do this daily as much as possible. So feel free to follow along on any of the social media stuff, and I'll be working on those. Alright, switch over to another brush pen here. Start filling in the black areas. So I'm using the Copic Gas Infused. See if I can get it. There we go. So it's a brush pen. It's got actual bristles that so it works a little bit like a paintbrush. So it's a little more it's a bit more like inking with a brush. Tend to on bigger pieces use a variety of sizes of watercolor brushes to do some of my inks. So this is kind of close to that. switch over to a different pen here real quick to do a couple of spots. I'm gonna use this Pigma, the Pigma Micron graphic one. It's got a different type of nib to it. I like using this to fill some areas too. So all the pens I'm using, they work well with the Copic markers. They tend not to bleed into the marker when I go back in and add color later on. Just a lot of trial and error and testing this stuff out over the years to see what works best. And these, all the pens I've used there, all the ones that seem to have worked out best for me, and I utilize them on these smaller commissions. Alright, just a couple more areas to fill in, and I'm going to call it a wrap on this one for now. Appreciate everybody that's come by to watch me work on this. And again, I've got another one that work on here a little bit later today. Probably get this one finished up and take a break for some lunch. Come back, work on the next one. And then switch over to doing some color on these guys. Alright. Fill in the this couple of spots on the coat here. looks like one last little area to fill in. So, appreciate everybody that's come to watch me work on this thing. Appreciate the comments, questions, and all that stuff. I will post a photo of this here in just a moment once I've got it all wrapped up. But thank you everybody that watched and followed along. I'll be back a little bit later today. I gotta ink this Joker commission, so I'm gonna come back online a bit and try to work on that, and then see what else we've got going on for the day here and see if I can stream anything else. But thank you guys for watching along. I'll catch you on the next one.